we asked the question, what's one word to describe how you feel about the Titans drafting Will Levis? And we'll get to all your comments here. And yeah, John, you're right with that super chat. I did have a dream Saturday night / Sunday morning about a week ago that the Titans got Will Levis, but at 11. And I texted that to Jim Wyatt. And then I also wrote down on a sticky note my rule for the draft, and it was not Will Levis no matter what. And so my one word, guys, is regret, because I have that out there on the internet because I tweeted it out last night and it blew up. And so now the Titans have Will Levis at 33 overall as their quarterback. So my one word is regret. It's twofold, right? Am I going to regret what I said and what I've talked about with Will Levis for the last 7 months? Or are the Titans going to regret trading up and going to get Will Levis in the second round? Which regret is going to happen? So that's my one word, is regret, and it could go either way.
Here's some of the chat's words here. We've got optimistic, future, intrigued, garbage, nauseated, Herbert, arrogant, depressed, suck, pissed. We have good. We have hooker. We have suck. We have value, sick, trash. We have heartbreaking. We have confused, we have forced, we have skeptical, suspenseful, resetting, opportunistic, intrigued, methodical, perfect. JQ's with a perfect. JQ's might be one of the more optimistic comments I've heard from JQ's in the recent time, but he's in on Will Levis. Suffice.
Nothing about Will Levis is perfect. Maybe his haircut.
We have
that's about it.
Hater.
We have mistake, value, excited, optimistic, curiosity. We have another suck, nightmare, devastated, mayonnaise. Good one there. Telling. We have heartbreaking, preparing, terrified, why, tank, hopeful, flabbergasted, ninja, faith, leave, peaked, garbage, excited, interesting. All over the freaking map, but you can't say this one's boring. You cannot say that this one is boring at all. What else?
Or scared, Jack. You can't say scared either.
Can't say it's scared, and you can't say it's boring. So I need a full rescind from Jack Gentry on what he was saying about Rand Carthon last night, that they didn't get Will Levis at 11. You called them scared for not getting Will Levis at 11. Look what happened. Here we go.
I slept on it. I listened to Skoronski today. He sounds like the man. I am all in on Skoronski now. My one word, I saw one similar in the chat. Prepared. The Tennessee Titans are prepared for life without Ryan Tannehill. They have a plan moving forward. You're not stuck here wondering what they're going to do. Is the right quarterback going to fall to them next year? Are they going to overpay in free agency for a veteran? You don't have to worry about any of that because the Titans are prepared for the future. Will Levis, Austin, you said you didn't like it because the Titans weren't in love with him enough to go get him in round one. But what if they were just reading the board right? What if they knew where he was going?
Read the board. Yeah, come on. I think, Rand Carthon knew that Jahmyr Gibbs was going to go 12 to the Detroit Lions, and then they were going to go with, Matt Campbell. Yeah, Rand Carthon is brilliant and is a psychic because he read the board that well, that knew that Will Levis was going to be available at 33 overall from the trade up. That's just
come on.
That's why people are saying opportunistic though, right? I mean, like you found an opportunity to get a player that you obviously liked a good bit. You took advantage of the opportunity. You're
not trying to be opportunistic with your franchise quarterback of the future. You're trying to be like sold and all in. If they didn't, I feel that there's a sliver of doubt in the Tennessee Titans organization in Will Levis. Because if there wasn't, he would have been their pick last night.
I don't know. It's hard to say that and watch him go. It's hard to say that and watch him go undrafted through the whole first round. But it's hard to say that they should have taken him at 11 when he didn't get picked the entire first round. I mean, he was one pick off from a traditional first round draft pick. He was 33rd overall.
Yeah, but tell me I'm wrong. That if there's a sliver of doubt, because if there wasn't a sliver, they would have taken him last night at 11, right? If they were sold on Will Levis, then it would have been stupid to not take him at 11.
Well, so you would like him at 11 more than you like him at 33? That just doesn't add up to me.
No. I wouldn't have liked him at 11. I don't think Will Levis is going to be a starting level quarterback in the NFL. What I said at the beginning of the show is that I would have understood and been fine with the thought process of knowing that they think they're all in on Will Levis to be the guy. But there's a sliver of doubt because they didn't take him at 11.
I just disagree with it. I think if you can get him at 33, that's great. If you go grab him at 11, people are going to be even more upset. You got an offensive lineman now who you can trust for at least 4 or 5 years. I mean, he may jump in and be the best blocker on that offensive line. A thing to like about Levis, he's had a handful of different offensive coordinators. He's played in a bunch of different systems in college. So, he can learn on the fly. I mean, hell, the Titans rotate offensive coordinators like it's nobody's business. He's seen a lot. He's had to do a lot. And last year at Kentucky, maybe he had to do too much, which is what resulted in some sloppy decision-making and some turnovers. I'm with Sam. I think you got to give him a fair shot. I like what the Titans did with this without giving up a first-rounder or a second-rounder in the future. It makes a lot of sense to me.
This is the thing that I'm fascinated in seeing when I get a chance to speak next with Rand Carthon and Mike Vrabel, and hopefully somebody else at St. Thomas Sports Park is already preparing to ask this question. But what is the thought process, right? How close were they to picking him at 11? Obviously they're not going to say, like I said earlier, like where they had him on their draft board. But it is a very fascinating situation where a guy who was heavily mocked to you at a certain spot, you passed on, but then you're aggressive and going to get later on in the draft. So does that mean that, there were flaws that you were worried about? Was the other guy just too good to take? Like, I'm very curious to hear what the thought process was and what went on inside the Titans draft room about like noticing that, you had Will Levis falling and then ultimately making a move to go and make him a Tennessee Titan. Yeah, and another tight end, by the way, off the board that's not Darnell Washington, with Green Bay selecting Luke Musgrave out of Oregon State.
Yeah, so the Titans could have stayed at 41 and gotten Darnell Washington or a receiver not named Jonathan Mingo of their choice there if they wanted to. Ryan Fields, I want to throw this up there. He says Levis is a Pro Bowl MVP future level player.
I hope so. I mean, okay. That's hard to predict.
And then he's also going to, he'll make the playoffs in his first year as a starter next season. And then he'll take the Titans to the Super Bowl in his third year. And then he'll sign a contract with the Titans and making the richest quarterback in NFL history. That was Jalen Hurts 3 weeks ago, right? No, I do not think that Will Levis is a MVP future level player. That's Ryan Fields, who I know because he's watched the show for years, is a massive Kentucky fan. So grain of salt on that. Let's see. Brandon also says, come on, got to have a little faith in Levis, Austin. Come on. It's not my job to have faith in anything the Titans do. It's my job to talk about what the Titans do with my opinion. It's fans' jobs to have faith in what the Titans do because they're fans of the team.